beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning, man, and you know what? We're blessed to be alive. And so we're gonna go ahead and get some music started, even if it's one song. And we running late, full transparency, but the journey continues. Here we go, though. All praise be to the Most High. Yeah. We're gonna make the best of it, because at the end of the day, life not perfect, but we play our cards right. We take what we've been dealt, and we take purpose. We take pain and we make purpose, right? Like we take pain and we take the situations that we've been given and we find power. So I'm not gonna let this stop me. I'm like right on time. That's not good enough for me. But we're gonna get in there and give some value that they never gonna forget. Yeah, shout out to the young men we about to bless today. Life is love, love is love. God is great. Hold on. Yeah, hey. Uh-huh. Hey. I went on, guys, to achieve my degree like I showed you, etc., etc. Right? Advocate for what you are, who you are, what you believe in. The name of the program, I want you all to own your story. Does that make sense? You are here for a purpose. Sir, man. Checking in. I'm still from the hood, so I got my silky on. It's not spinning. I mean, it's been a busy morning. We didn't get a chance to lay it down all night, but marathon continue. Let's get it. This line of work, like at this point, you have to be ready to move and adapt at a short notice. Like you have to be able to think on your feet and move with a quickness. Like sometimes it's just not gonna line up. Things are not gonna line up, but you're gonna have to line up. So be able to adjust and be flexible with whatever situation. That's my take on it, man. Story is not a fun word punishment unless you decide not to share it. Appreciate that. Thoughts? Anybody hear anything to connect with? Real quick, that they might want to share, everybody?
When you said, like drugs and I forgot what else you said, it's not an excuse to be inconsiderate. I feel like that's something that I connect to because I grew up in South Bronx.
Let me just be transparent with you guys today. I'm going to be very clear on what I've seen and been through and hopes to connect, but also highlight, even if it's not your experience, hopefully for us to identify with our own experience, right? And so drugs and alcohol was very prevalent for me. And so I wanted to share that in case anyone else could connect. So thank you, man. I think I saw 2 more hands. We'll get that, and then we'll continue.
If someone's not unfair punishment, if you just have to share it. I resonate with that because I feel like me as a person, I don't really like share what I go through. This is good for your mental to like get it off your chest, whether or not, even if it doesn't also just have to be just negative issues. It could just be like something positive. And you just
Sure thing.
I had 2 thoughts, man.
Yeah.
One was I wish you would have done the poem live for us. I wish you would have done it live.
I can tell you appreciate some good spoken word.
It sets the tone. You
Sure.
know, I think that piece sets the tone for the kind of conversation that we want to have. And it's powerful. You know, I connect with the book the 2 young brothers shared. It's powerful. I connected with all of it because I think all of it resonates and it's true. You know, the aspect of not using things as an excuse, and understanding the pain and working through that, right? Because it makes you stronger. So yeah,
Sure. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Can we clap up for both some shit? Too much times we say good. I'm good. That don't tell me nothing. How you doing? Go ahead. I saw some nice shit. Shout it out. I'm excited. Love that. All right, now we got 2 excited, so I can't get a third. So you got to That's a good feeling, though. Like, me too.
Yeah,
Keep going. You'll see what I mean. You want to get some diversity. That's good. Let's go. Anyone, how you feeling?
Grateful.
Grateful. My man. Like that. like that. This woman was born in Port of Spain Hospital in the Twin Islands of Trinidad and Tobago. She was raised specifically in Glamorgan, which is a very small village in Tobago. As a baby, she was found on the steps of a neighbor's porch after her young dad had left her behind, not feeling fully prepared to care for her. The neighbor, not knowing the dad's mother, got the baby over to her house, where the baby would grow up to help the grandma around the house. She went to school in Pembroke, another small nearby community, and after school, she would help with tasks such as tying up goats, pigs, cooking, cleaning the yard. Well, years passed, and this same young girl became frustrated with seeing and hearing friends sharing stories about their parents and wanted to find her own. Her quest to do so landed her in the United States, after her aunt offered her a better life. Feeling like her parents didn't want her and determined to create a better life for herself, this young woman followed her aunt, who was a netball coach. Netball is similar to basketball, but in Trinidad, to the States, where she actually played on her team for a short while. She was only 15 years old. Arriving to the country as a young immigrant quickly presented its challenges. Family members who lived in the U.S. and were originally happy to have her made it clear that if she didn't find a job soon, she would be kicked out of their home and possibly forced out of the country. Undeterred, the woman set out again in search of her own destiny. Years passed, and the woman had moved out and began making a way for herself in the U.S. But now, with a small family of her own, 2 daughters, and now expecting a 3rd child, the woman was thrilled to be bringing a new life into the world. But then, something life-changing happened. Coming out of a general checkup, the doctor notified the woman that the baby had no heartbeat. 4 months pregnant, the woman was given 2 options. Have a stillbirth, which means you give birth to a lifeless baby, or seek herbal help. That's seeking maybe some holistic help, outside of medical. Frantic and distraught, the woman didn't know where to turn. But thanks to a friend and divine timing, the woman found herself in a church where an elderly matriarchal pastor offered to pray and fast with the woman. This was a big uproar in the church, as this was not typical for a pregnant woman to do. Reluctant and scared to the process, the woman agreed to go through with it, and it was during this time that the baby committed its first heartbeat. Guys, today I want to share with you that baby was me. The story that I just told you about the woman was the story of my mother who came to this country, the first generation woman who sought undeterred to create a better life for herself. I'm one of 8, guys. Here's my family. Oldest male, like I told you earlier. When we speak about men of color and the mental health and the things that I've gone through, a lot of it, guys, has been invested into it by my mom. Maybe some of you share similar experiences, but I know for certain, even if you don't, someone poured into you for you to be here today. I went on, guys, to achieve my degree like I showed you, etc., etc. But I wanted to stop there, from pain to purpose, because a lot of us have pain that we're going to go through. My mom had pain. In 4 months, when they told her the baby has no heartbeat, to turn around and have faith and invest that pain and turn it into power, that has been translated into me in my own way. What is mental health? Defined includes our emotional, psychological, social well-being. One of our idols, if you will, or star actors that we look up to, is speaking about mental health in a video I watched. And I thought it was important to include that here. We don't hear about it enough. You see the greats and the highlights and the successes and the championships and the fearless scenes. But what about what's behind that? What does it look like to you?
For me, it was knowledge of self at the highest level.
About that, drop the mic. So, yeah, mental health for some folks, right, can look another way, right? The lack of knowledge of self, right? Or the not prioritizing time. I don't have time to take care of myself. All I know is hustle. I had tasks that my mom and my dad and my parents need and my siblings.
When you get drafted, you go from being a member of the crew, member of the family, to, in a lot of ways, these are your staff and employees, because you're trying to put everybody on, and you're trying to put everybody in a position to be successful because they help you become who you are. So I know it's tough to figure out professionally who can roll with me and who I need to leave behind in order to chase my goals. What has it been like for you over these last couple of weeks? How has it been for you to make tough decisions about who you roll with as it relates to your inner circle?
Definitely has been tough, because I'm big on loyalty, but like I said, I have to be there for myself, I have to put myself in good position. So I have to find out who's ready for me and who's going to help me.
I guess it was interesting to see that he regretted his actions. Sometimes when you're clouded and your judgment isn't always the best, you can act in a way that you don't see fit. And I guess it's even more so that some sort of like growth and desire for change.
I love that he referenced his daughter, but it made me take a step back to say that I could tell throughout his life maybe he doesn't feel like he's had a platform to speak about how he feels. I know that because I know a lot of times when speaking with my dad will share different things that he's learning now at 71 that he's like, oh, we never learned this in school. For him to have a younger daughter and to say, you know, this is what she can articulate at her age, the wheels are probably turning to retrospectively say, like, I should have been able to do that too, but maybe just has not been given an opportunity to do so.
See, I think it's powerful too to see that someone gave him the platform and an opportunity to speak from his own experience and perspective, right? There's a lot of judgment and criticism that exists for lack of information. We take something at face value when we place judgments, we create our own stories. So to see that somebody create an opportunity for him to tell a story, you know what I mean? I think that's powerful, especially for men of color.
100%.
A lot of people put their stories on them, you know what I mean? So to give an opportunity and space for folks to have their own voice. You know, that's why I love what you're saying about own your own voice, because everybody gonna project their own voice on us, and don't give us the space to actually share our voice and hear it. You know what I'm saying? So
We have all the brothers up. That's not me right now. Hey, I'm feeling it. By default, by me working hard and putting myself in, in position to be great, naturally others around him now benefit off of. What does that do? It may be a strain at some point, right? And even in the interview, he's talking about everyone that's related to the daughter. But what about you? Because we didn't just show job, we just talked about job. Right? We can do that all day, or for anyone, right? The message for me, while putting this together, that I have for you all, is that as students, I was told I would be speaking to students, but to whoever's in the room, I'm talking about if you have the thoughts of, let me be transparent, maybe college is not for me. I work with a lot of students, guys. There may be a different route for you, right? But let me also encourage you to finish your degree and finish what you started, because there's power in both. But ultimately, we're talking about owning your story. There may be roles that you have to play as a student that will now attract different things to you. I don't know where you are in your journey. I don't have to know. I don't know what this means for your family. I don't know what this will mean for your legacy, that you are achieving a degree. Even right now, as you sit in front of me, that you are here today. I don't know what this means for your life. But what I do know is that you're going to have some tools to take care of yourself while going through this, specifically as a man of color. And so I just wanted to encourage us, as we see someone who does amazing things. I mean, John's one of my favorite players today. Explosive, dominant, just a great player. But it was something he was really going through. And he shared that. I would love to share with you some more of what my business hopes to be, but I'm hoping to help folks activate who they really are. All right? That's at the end of today. They have me doing here for a purpose. If there's not anything else you're interested in, I would love to see some of your amazing faces here. But if not, if I don't see you again, I want you to know that three of the components that I believe in is to effectively communicate yourself, to advocate for yourself, right? Advocate for what you are, who you are, what you believe in, and to lead your life with a certain attitude, right? Get what you get. Serve others as you would like to be served. One day you'll need some love. If I can leave you with anything, guys, as a person first, right? But then man of color, because sometimes that can come first and it's like, let's not just identify with that. That's not all of who you are. But because we are speaking about this, we're talking about person first, but we'll emphasize as a man of color, I want you all to own your story. Does that make sense? You are here for a purpose. We don't have to be here for a purpose presentation for me to tell you that. You're here for a purpose. You belong here. You are enough. You're more than how much things you can do. And I want you to work smarter and not harder. Make connections. Don't make excuses. Focus on priorities. I can present to you all day, but I got to keep it real quick. Don't let women or sexual partners, with respect to whomever you may be interested in, but don't let romanticism and sexual desires, pleasure, whatever that is, right? That's just what my spirit has led to. Drugs, alcohol, and sex is not an excuse for you to be inconsiderate, right? Don't let pleasures of the world confuse you from your priorities. You understand? You got that? That's it for me, guys. Much love, man. I hope to see you guys through the day. Thank you so much for listening. not gonna line up. Things not gonna line up, but you gonna have to line up. We take purpose, we take pain and we make purpose, right? Like we take pain and we take the situations that we've been given and we find power. So I'm not gonna let this stop me.
We take some at face value when we place judgments, we create our own stories. So to see that somebody create an opportunity for him to tell a story, you know what I mean? I think that's powerful, especially for men of color.
We're gonna get in there and give some value that they never gonna forget. Yeah, shout out to the young men we about to bless today. Life is love, love is love. Well, own your story. Does that make sense? You are here for a purpose.
Yeah.